Yo! What's going on, gamers? Ooh, look at this one. I got this entrance again. I like this one. Anyway, chat, big day today for many reasons. One, I am back from vacation finally. I know y'all missed me. Trust me, it was very much needed. Not only that, Pressure, as of today, is celebrating its 1-year anniversary. Round of applause for the development team, everybody. And not only that, but you know, I guess this is kind of like, pseudo first anniversary update. Developers did make a blog post in their Discord that was quite lengthy. Like, I'll put up a little short clip of me scrolling through the whole post. But basically, upon rereading it, is actually a very important post to read because it actually changes the entire foundation of the game and the many parts that is coming out. So, get excited for a game overhaul. You know, other than that, I guess I just worked very hard today to get out a video, and then I made a couple shorts, and then now I'm here recording at late at night. And then once I'm done recording, I'm going to start editing this video just so I can get it out on time, probably tomorrow, if not the next day, because I am very busy tomorrow still, and I just got back from vacation, and I'm still, you know, shaken up by it a little bit. But on top of that, I'm also going to make this video my Lockerless guide. So for anybody who doesn't know what Lockerless is, if you just what I saw in the background footage, I avoided the angler monster by not going in one of these. Hence the name, Lockerless. It is a moderately difficult challenge in this game. There is a lot of RNG involved, but basically it is completing the base game all the way past the ridge without going into a locker. Whether it just be going into a far corner of the room that you're in, hiding inside of a vent, going into a different room that avoids the main room altogether, whatever it may be, not going to locker. Sounds kind of easy on paper, but like I did say, there's a lot of RNG involved. How I usually like to do my Lockerless videos is instead of like me just yapping the whole time of how to theoretically do it, I like to go inside the actual game and show you guys what a real Lockerless run will most likely look like for you. I will also be commentating over the things that I am doing to achieve this Lockerless. For example, let's not walk into a trip mine. You want to disarm those. But other than that, there's a few key terms that you may want to know. There is SS, otherwise known as safe spots, and there's PSS, otherwise known as Pandemonium safe spots. For those who don't know or are new to the game, Pandemonium is a monster like the anglers, but he attacks based on player sight instead of like a linear direction. So in order to avoid Pandemonium whenever he does spawn, you need to not only not be inside of his hitbox, really, he has a strange hitbox, but you really just gotta avoid a line of sight with them. Other monsters, like I would be completely safe from every single monster in the game here, but if Pandemonium were to come across there, instead of going forward, once he sees me, he would go for me. So in order to avoid that, if I got Pandemonium here, I would need to go behind this desk, crouch, and look down. Of course, you can watch probably a Lockerless video from literally a year ago on this game, and 99% of the information will still hold up to this day. In fact, with the Pressure 4.5 update, and probably this update as well, Lockerless has only gotten easier and easier and easier. So if you ever wanted to attempt a difficult challenge and being like, oh, what if it's too hard for me? Don't worry, it's very easy. Like, literally, I just gotta be in this room, sit here and do nothing. I'm perfectly fine. All these rooms right here, chat, are safe spots. Also Pandemonium safe spots in this little corner over here. You may need to squeeze yourself onto this chair and behind here and look down, but this is also counts as a Pandemonium safe spot just because it does break line of sight. Now do be careful, you can get stuck like I am here now, but you can just shimmy your way out like that. Also, a little tip. If the angler, let's say the angler didn't come from the front side, if you're in a dark room like this and see a lit up number, that is 100% always the fake door. The real door is always the dim, little green ones, not the ones that are super visible and lit up. Other than that, if you need other helps for Endless Lockerless, if you go into your settings, there's accessibility. I like to turn on the deaf mode just because I pretty much am deaf. Like I cannot hear for shit. And just going to swerve a little bit off topic. Other than that, chat, you know, vacation, it was pretty nice. You know, I got to I went down to Rockport in Texas, And, you know, it was nice. I got to just chillax and have some fun with my friends. Went to the beach a lot of days. Up there, by the way, chat, I just swam up to the roof of the building just because I know the hitbox of the anglers is not as big as the area of the room. The name of the game is literally just avoiding the hitbox of the anglers. And you can also just go for the strategy of praying you just never get Pandemonium. That is honestly a valid strategy, and it does sometimes work. Although it does rely on more RNG, and usually for runs like this, you want to rely on less and less RNG and more skill. Praying to not get Pandemonium is kind of a valid strategy. Also, your best friend too, while I got it, is Sprint, aka drugs, aka amphetamines. They recently updated it to where you can kind of run and jump and slide with this in your arm. So in case you're inside of a pinch, let's say there's a Pandemonium safe spot, a few doors back, and you got like a front door angler. If you pop this, you can pretty much go a few doors, you know, back instead of like 1 or 2. Another thing you guys probably want to take good note in if you're gonna do Lockerless is that take your time. There is what the fuck? Did I just get the Phantom Angler Mirage? Oh yeah, before I forget, this also has to be a solo run. You cannot take your friends in here with you. It has to be a run done by yourself to get the badge. By the way, what I just did was really risky. I knew it was blitz because of the double light flashing, and I decided to risk walking back. Although I was pretty confident that I was going to make it. So honestly, I would not trust that specific vent right there, or hell, most short vents. By the way, Mindscape. This is my second ever time getting this room. It took me over 300 deaths to get this room the first time. Heavy containment is also pretty much going to be your best friend, just because the rooms in heavy containment are fairly massive. Just like the low taper fade meme, it is still massive. You can pretty much be safe in like that corner over there. Even with like pretty ill-fortunate generated rooms like this one, there's still at least a safe spot. But yeah, majority of these rooms in heavy containment are Pandemonium safe spots, like this room right here. Just tuck yourself in this corner and nothing in the game can get you, unless you're turned around and there's a wild dweller chasing you. In that case, it's a chronic skill issue. But yeah, other than that, for my vacation, I kind of, you know, I mean, I just chilled by the beach most of the days and with my friends and whatnot. You know, we went to the stores, bought a bunch of food, you know, played Monopoly, got drunk almost every day. It was great, let me tell you. Great vacation. It's great whenever plans make it out the group chat. Shit's peak, let me tell you. Ooh, I get a grand encounter. Yeah, I think unless there's a monster actively coming for you, when you get this room, just follow the simple safe spot rules and whatnot. I mean, this is personally like one of my favorite thing about this update is this encounter right here, just because the suit is awesome, even though I'm not great with it. I love this thing. For this, ladies and gentlemen, you just gotta make sure your skills are up to par. Mine are pretty much not, but that's okay. And have fun and good luck. There we go, now I'm done. Almost did that flawlessly, just messed up once in the beginning. Plus at the end I get a free med kit, so damage didn't really matter. Anyway, the only thing that sucks about those rooms is that they don't really knock off that many doors, if any at all, off your total doors you gotta go through, so kind of unfortunate there, but it is what it is. Ooh, this is a spider room. Fun fact, it used to be glitched with this room where if you went towards the rock at the end, by the way, it's a spider room because there's a spider over there. Arachnophobia, beware! But this rock right here used to be able to go through and go off the edge of the map. That is how I got my Mr. Loopy badge for the first time. But they fixed that. I knew it. Just hope it's not Pandemonium. Cause ooh, it's the Frogger. That's not bad. Okay, it is. I forgot the stupid. Yep. Chat, valuable lesson learned that I completely forgot up until I got killed. There are special rules when it comes to certain rooms, like that one, where instead of following the path that you take, the anglers will go to the door and then teleport to the next door. aka that was the door I was right next to, therefore I got killed. There's some rooms like that. I literally completely forgot about how that existed because there's only a select few doors like that. Alrighty chat, I'll hop in for a few more, kind of just explaining the premise once more of endless lockerless and whatnot. I'll let you know if I find anything else that's worth mentioning about endless lockerless, but you guys should get the main gist now, just to avoid the anglers and whatnot. Don't be dumb with the angler spawn logic. If you are new to this, I don't really expect you to know all the spawn logic kind of like that. Even, oh, you saw me firsthand, I completely forgot that that's the way the anglers behave in that room situation. Even I'm not perfect. And that goes to show that you're definitely more than likely not going to get lockerless on your first try, unless you're that one guy in my YouTube comics section for like 8 months ago. If that is you, congratulations, you're just a prophet at the game. So trust me, comment section, even if you think it's mean, don't worry, correct me if I'm wrong about anything. I'd rather than right information get out there and me look dumb than the other way around. Other than that, back to story time. So as you know, and like I said earlier, I got back from vacation like this afternoon. But where I live, you know, there is a bunch of flooding in Texas at the moment, because I live in Texas. And you know, in the area where I live, that's where majority of the flooding was. You know, very scary stuff. But luckily, as I was out of town, and myself and my family were fine, we're safe. You know, hooray! We didn't get any of the super bad ultra mega flooding, but up the road, like 5-10 minutes from us, it was pretty bad. So I guess I gotta count my lucky stars there, chat. So stay safe out there if you guys are affected by any of the massive Texas floods at the moment. I am lucky to not really be that affected by it, not to mention my internet still works, hooray! But yeah, once you get past the initial 100 doors of this endless lockerless chat, the hard part is not really getting past the 100 doors. In fact, that's the easiest part. The hard part about this game's endless lockerless is the ridge. What makes the ridge hard is that if you've never been to the ridge before, if you're new to the game or just not in the loop for whatever reason, the anglers do not communicate when they're coming to you. Kind of like how Pinky is. There's no light flash. There is no nothing. But what you want to do is open the first door and then just wait for the first angler to come behind that safe spot. They're gonna come eventually, so just sit there and wait until it passes. Then go into the room, open the next door, and sprint back to that same Pandemonium safe spot and wait again. And you're gonna want to do that up until you can't really go back into that Pandemonium safe spot. And hopefully, with a bit of luck, you got at least another regular safe spot to where you can chill behind and wait for the next angler to come. Hope it's not Pandemonium if it's a regular safe spot, but if it's a Pandemonium safe spot, great. That's your new home. That guy kind of scared me. Let's trade with the bunnies. Let's get the little special light going. Oh, I got the Splorg light. I got the Jork light. I'm checking. Oh, no. Looks like you're the sole survivor. Oof. I think this is the safe spot, but we'll see. I got Pandemonium, chat. Right now I'm behind a crate. Hugging up against the wall. Nope, it is not. He saw my behind. Yikes. Alrighty, chat. Took me a few attempts, but we made it to the crystal, which means the easy part of Lockerless is over. If you made it this far, congratulations, the easy part's done. Now here comes the ultra fun, mega super awesome fun part of Lockerless, is that you need to get past this area, the ridge. After you get the shiny little crystal that's in the center, you gotta not only pick the right door, which is pretty obvious, it's lit up by a little green light, but you also got to you know what you're doing. So lucky for you guys, I will do a visual demonstration whenever I'm done ripping this crystal out. Crystal secured, chat. As you can see, that light over there is green. That means that it's the correct way we're supposed to go. You do not want to mess this up now. I also recommend any healing items that you do have, you go to 100 HP. But basically, when you first open this door right here, there's a guaranteed Pandemonium safe spot and this little containment checkpoint right here. This safe spot is going to be your best friend up until you find another safe spot. Ideally, another Pandemonium safe spot, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So after you open this one door, you have officially started the ridge. And what you need to do after that is go back here and look down at this Pandemonium safe spot. As you can see, I got Pinky right away, which means once you get your first angler, you gotta go all the way to the second door, and then you gotta run all the way back to that original safe spot. Now what I'm gonna do, Now what I'm gonna do, because I know this room archetype, is go into this room right here, because I know this has a safe spot right here. And that's now gonna be the default safe spot that I go to from now on. Once you open that room, once again, go back to your ow. You don't want to get shot by bullets either, but it might happen. But what you want to do is go back to the safe spot and wait. As you can see, once again, I got my little monster to come by. Therefore, I'm going to move on to the next room once again. I'm going to gamble once more because I really don't care about surviving, because I think you guys really get the gist of it. And I'm going to also inject this in my arm because I also want to survive. Now, don't do what I'm doing. What I'm doing is not what you want to do and very risky. But for the sake of the video, as you can see, I failed Lockerless. I got too many bad rooms in a row. That kind of scared me, but yep. That's the point of Lockerless. That is the hardest part right there, as you can see. I did not do it, mainly because for the video and I really didn't care. But that's the whole gist of Lockerless. Basically, just keep going back to the same safe spot up until you find another one. That, or it's just way too far to the point where you know you cannot go to it. In that case, you gotta gamble. And if and when you guys do eventually beat the Ridge Lockerless, congratulations. Unless the developers have changed how Lockerless works, after you beat the Ridge, you should get your badge. So you are a certified clown.
Whip beat 007 like I'm so fit.